Recording in progress.
What we have learned so far, the structure of the gas exchange system, basically the structure of the lungs and inside of the lungs. And last week we have learned the gas exchange process, that is diffusion, by concentration difference, high concentration to low concentration. Oxygen is going into the blood, carbon dioxide is going out. So today we're going to start a very important lesson. So if you look at the exam, this part is very important because most of the time in papers they are asking questions from this lesson. So this lesson we will write as ventilation. The ventilation process, that means how the gas come in to the lungs and how gas going out from the lungs. So that means breathe in and breathe out. So this process we are going to learn. So you can write the lesson heading, ventilation process. So ventilation process, first we are going to learn breathe out, breathe out, breathe out or exhalation. Breath out or exhalation. Right, now you can also write this breath out or exhalation. Okay, before we going to learn the process, one more thing to learn. So take a rib. This is one rib and this one is a second rib. Right, when we consider the rib, between rib, what we can see here between ribs, muscles, right? The muscles are called the intercostal muscle. That's called intercostal muscle. The intercostal muscles are two types. So if you see the muscles outside, for example, the muscles which I am going to show here outside, so these muscles, just show it here, right? So only one part, so that's covered from here to here, intercostal muscles covered from this end to this end. But I am showing a one end, that is muscles which is outside of the body. That means outside of the rib, which is called external intercostal muscle. And inside of this, we can also see the muscles. So then it should be like this, only this part covered. Right? So this is a internal intercostal muscle. So that's internal intercostal, that's external intercostal. right? So main function of muscles, contraction and relaxation. By doing that, muscles can move our body. So for example, leg muscle contract and relax, then we can move. The hand muscles, we can contract and relax, and then we can move. So these muscles, external intercostal and internal intercostal, contract and relax, they can move the rib cage. So how rib cage move? Usually rib cage move a little bit outward and then inward. So it's going out and it's going in. So this movement is controlled by external intercostal and internal intercostal muscles. So before we're going to learn the whole process, we learn the function of external and internal intercostal. For that, you have to copy this diagram. External and internal intercostal muscles. That's a rib. So these are located externally. That means all this part is covered. And this one is located inside. So we can see only this part. Okay, we make a small note for this one, for this diagram, and then we can learn exhalation process. Right, you can write the first one. Intercostal muscles are located. Intercostal muscles are located. Intercostal muscles are located between ribs. Between ribs. A second point, external intercostal. External intercostal muscles external intercostal muscles are located outside of the ribs. Are located outside of the ribs. Number 3, internal intercostal muscles. Internal intercostal muscles are located inside of the ribs. Are located inside of the ribs. Fourth one, when contracting and relaxing, when contracting and relaxing of these muscles, rib cage can move. Rib cage can move.
So can you repeat it?
When contracting and relaxing of these muscles, the rib cage can move. Right, let's begin with the exhalation process. Now, exhalation process is removing the air from the lungs to the outside, also called breath out. The whole the gas can remove from the lungs, but not all the gas. Most of the gas we can remove from the lungs out. Now, usually this process is involuntary. That means you are not thinking to breathe in, breathe out, but we can also control voluntarily. If we want to take more gas, then we can take more. We can also remove more if we want. So we can control partly the process. Otherwise, the whole process happening without our concession. Just it's always happening. So you will never forget to breathe in or breathe out. It's always happening. Otherwise, if you forget, that will be a little bit of problem. Right? So that is an involuntary process. The brain is doing this continuously. Right? Now breathe out, exhalation. Now I have a small a trick to remember the whole process. And I try to make this kind of tips or tricks to remember the process rather remembering all the steps, right? So I use this word. This is I made this one. So that's indicate for doctor. DR is abbreviation for doctor. And the name of the doctor is, I don't know that name is existing, it's called Bohr. So Dr. Bohr. I think the meaning of Bohr is wild pig. Wild pig. I mean, it doesn't matter. So you want to remember breathe out process. This is the word you remember. This is something like this. We try to remember certain things using small words like this. Right? For example, you have learned from the very beginning, Mrs. Grain. Right? Mrs. Grain. Same way, this is another person. Dr. Bohr, Mrs. Grain, right? Like that. So now how we remember this one, these two letters indicate breath out. Breath out. Right? And this one E indicate external intercostal muscle, and R indicate relax. Right? So one important thing we should remember, I think this is not the first time you're going to learn that when we learning the action of muscles, there are always two group of muscles. Right? One muscle contract, other muscle relax. For example, if I want to take this close to my side, this muscle contract, this side muscle relax. That means this muscle is called bicep muscles. Bicep contract, this is tricep muscle relax. You can feel it, they are just relaxing. But this one is contracting. So muscles work like this, one group contract, other group relax. So if I take this away from my body, this one contract, this one relax. Right? So usually the muscles work like this. Now, if you can remember in the past lesson, there is a one place we learn as example, one group relax, other group contract. Right? So same thing we learned in the past for one different structure. So that structure is probably you can remember, it's called esophagus. The esophagus, food move due to contraction and relaxation of muscles. We call this process peristalsis. The peristalsis move food through the esophagus. So circular muscle relax and longitudinal muscle contract. There are two groups of muscle. Now here, external intercostal muscle relax, then opposite is happening, internal intercostal contract. That's opposite. When the other one is relaxed, this one is contract. So D is a diaphragm. Diaphragm R relax. Diaphragm relax. Right now we have the steps. One, breath out, external intercostal relax, internal intercostal contract, and the diaphragm relax. So I will write down the rest of the process one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4 like this whole process. When after you copy this one, right? So you can copy this the thing that you can remember. This one. So this you can copy down, and I will show you step by step how the breath out process completes. So please copy this down. Right. So we complete the process now. Number one, so breathe out. We're going to write the process. Number one, external intercostal muscle relax. External intercostal muscle relax. External intercostal muscle relax. Internal intercostal muscle. Second one, right? The second one, internal intercostal muscle contract. Internal intercostal muscle contract. Third one, diaphragm relax. Diaphragm muscle relax. Diaphragm muscles relax. Because diaphragm also has muscles, these muscles relax. Right, so that's actually the first one, external intercostal muscle relax. The second one, internal intercostal muscle contract. Third one, diaphragm relax. Right? So now, if you remember this, you can already write these 3 points, the process 1, 2, 3. So external intercostal relax, internal intercostal contract, diaphragm relax. Now, if these muscles contract or relax, what happened to the rib cage? You don't want to remember. So just you try to breathe out. Take a breath out. Where does this rib cage move? In. The rib cages move in and down, right? So the whole rib cage move inside and down, right? Then fourth one you're going to write, rib cage move, rib cage move, rib cage move, inward, inward and downward. Rib cage move inward and downward. Okay, now before we go into the fifth point, we will see the shape of the rib cage. So here's a rib cage. I just show it side. So it's moving downward and it's moving inward. Right, now one important thing, the diaphragm, when diaphragm relax, it gets shaped like this. The diaphragm get this shape, so this shape is called dome shape. Get dome shape. That's a downward movement, and that's an inward. So rib cage moved inward, downward, diaphragm get dome shape. Right. So now whole rib cage is like this. So quickly I will sketch this diagram, the rib cage. So quickly you can copy the shape of the rib cage now, downward, inward, and it get dome shape. Diaphragm. Right, already we listed what's happening: external intercostal relax, internal intercostal contract, diaphragm relax. 3 points we have listed during the process of breath out. Okay, the rib cage, then that's one, the fifth one. Fourth one we learned, the shape of the rib cage change, right? Now, one more thing to learn here, but it is not important to learn too much detail because you're going to learn this in physics, something called gas law. The gas law is, in physics, a little bit later you're going to learn the relationship between volume, pressure and the temperature. How these three things change and what is the effect of volume and pressure and temperature when we learning about the gas. But I will show you one thing, not just like a gas law, easily we can understand it. So we take this bag, so you can see a volume of this bag now. There is a volume inside and there is a pressure inside of the bag. So now what I'm going to do, what actually happening here, when you breathe out, the volume of the rib cage reduced, right? So you can also check it. It's actually reduced. So when reduced, it become like this. It has a hole, I think. So this has a hole, so I can't use it. So I try another one. If luckily I don't have a hole, that's again the volume and there's a pressure inside. Now you see the volume decrease. So when volume decrease, again a hole, but anyway it can manage. What happened? Volume decrease, pressure increase. You can see pressure increase, right? So volume decrease, pressure increase, right? So that's a law actually. So you're going to learn. That means pressure inversely proportional to the volume. So you will learn in the future. It's called Boyle's law, but I will not handle these things at the moment. We only learn in biology. The fifth one. The fifth point is when the volume decrease inside the lungs, the rib cage. Yeah, it's like a whole inside the whole cavity, like all this volume decrease inside the rib cage. The pressure increases. Volume decreases, pressure increases. Then you see the pressure outside and inside. This is the inside pressure and this is the outside pressure. So this pressure is higher, this pressure is lower. Because when volume decrease, pressure increase. then gas can move because of the pressure difference. The air can move from high pressure to low pressure. So the 6th point, then air move out of the lung. The air move out of the lung from high pressure to low pressure. From high pressure to low pressure. Okay, next topic is, the second part of this is breath in, inhalation. So you write the next title, subheading, breath in, inhalation.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so breath in is actually the easy now, because if we try to remember the 6 steps you learn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think if I remember, there are 6 steps we learn in breath out. Now for this one, opposite things are happening. So the earlier, when you learn about this, doctor. So we started with this. The I think first point we read, external intercostal, relax. Now for this one, first point you can write. Can you write number 1? External intercostal. Number 1, external intercostal muscle contract. External intercostal muscle contract. Number 2, internal intercostal relax. Internal intercostal muscle relax. So internal intercostal relax. That's opposite happening in breath in. External intercostal relax. Diaphragm contract. Diaphragm contract and get flattened, not dome, a flattened. Diaphragm get flattened like this. Diaphragm contract and get flattened. Then the 4th one we learn rib cage shape, right? So what we learn, rib cage, when we breathe in, it's going up and out. Then you write rib cage move, upward and outward.
The internal intercostal muscles contract.
External intercostal External intercostal, relax. Internal intercostal, relax. Internal intercostal, relaxed. Upward and outward, right? Upward and outward. The rib cage move upward and outward. Then the volume, fifth one, the volume of the rib cage increases. Volume increase and pressure decreased. Volume increase, pressure decrease. So then inside pressure is less, outside pressure is high. The sixth one, then the air move from outside to inside. The sixth one, air move from outside to inside.
Also, could you repeat it?
If you look at the 6-point previous one, we are going to do the same thing but opposite one. So fifth one, the volume of the lungs or rib cage increase, pressure decrease. And the sixth one, 6th point is this, air move from outside to inside. Air move from outside to inside. Air move from outside to inside. So now you can check the breath out and breath in, the 6th point. The first one, we use this word to remember it. And the second one, its opposite things are listed here for the breath in. So that's easy, you can remember. And in exam, they are frequently asking this question. So best way is to remember this word and you can write whole process. Right, next thing is a practical, right? So there's a small practical. In this practical, we're going to identify the gas we remove from the lungs is carbon dioxide, right? So in your level, you have to identify gases. There should be a test to identify gases. So I will show you what are these tests and all the gases you should know in biology and also chemistry both. We try to learn a method to identify the gas, right? So we start with oxygen. So how do you identify oxygen?
We use a glowing splint.
Yes, it's called, we can write heated or glowing splint.
If it relights, oxygen is present.
Yes, so splint is a kind of like a bigger toothpick, let's say. You know, you can barbecue a barbecue stick. The splint is like a barbecue splint, and you can hold this in a fire. After that, it start to glow, like a kind of a orange, red, orange yellow color, start to burn. So now, if you put this to a tube which containing oxygen, as you enter it, that start to burn. That means the started to relight. That means you see the burning fire is coming, and this end of this glowing area is for oxygen. The Hydrogen.
Use a burning splint.
Good. Burning splint. The burning splint is like this. There is a burning splint, and you place this into a hydrogen containing tube. You get a squeaky pop sound. Get a squeaky pop sound, and it like start to burn with a squeaky pop sound. Then other one is chlorine gas. So chlorine gas, the test is, if you place a litmus paper, this turn into a colorless. The next one is ammonia gas. Ammonia gas, you had to use a damp, wet, damp, red litmus. This become blue. And the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, this test is, we use a soda lime. Yeah, soda lime. This soda lime water become cloudy or milky. It may become white. The other one for carbon dioxide is hydrogen carbonate indicator. So hydrogen carbonate indicator is red or orange. If carbon dioxide is there, then this become yellow color. So this is something useful for you for your whole learning process, identification of different gases. And today the experiment, we're going to identify carbon dioxide in exhaled air, right? So keep this, copy this down, and that's very good for you to remember this, because you need to know this identification of gases, these gases. So that's become blue color. Soda lime get cloudy, hydrogen carbonate red to yellow. So litmus paper become colorless. That's here, that's here. Okay, I hope you copy this one.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Is the color of hydrogen carbonate indicator red?
usually it's a red or orange. Both words are used, red or orange. It's okay to use both words, red or orange. In the presence of carbon dioxide, it become a yellow, right? So we going to learn a practical to show that exhaled air has carbon dioxide. So we write this practical. Right, this is the practical. Can you write the topic of the practical? Practical to show that exhaled air has carbon dioxide. Right. The method is this. We can take a test tube and we use this kind of rubber stoppers. Usually we call this kind of a thing bung, the rubber bung, which tightly fit to this the mouth of the glass tube, and we can make two holes in this rubber bung, and one hole we insert a glass tube like this, and it goes to the soda lime here, and the other one, it just in the air, this glass tube is going this way and here, and then it continue to this side, and it is going this side again, the same setup. The soda lime is here and it's going out. That means the air enter here in and air out. Right, now one more thing, that if you look at this setup here, so I just enlarge this well, I just can leave it like this otherwise. So when the person is inhale means he try to take gas in, so because of the pressure, gas enter to this place and going to this liquid is getting bubbled, and then remaining gas is going to this space and entered here, and it's going, and it's going to this this side, That's inhalation. So inhalation, when the person keep this part of the tube in the mouth, so he's going to do mouth breathing this time. So when he breathe in, then the gas is coming this way and is going there. So this the second time, the inhalation exhalation start, breath out. So this side is closed and it is going this way. So the air is going to the soda lime here, bubbled, and the remaining rest of the gas is going out. So we have learned that the percentage of carbon dioxide in inhaled air is 0.04%. And here we have learned the air going out is 4%. The carbon dioxide content, right? So if it is true, 4% is really high. So then the carbon dioxide going to the soda lime, this soda lime should get white color. Or other way, I will show you a video of this practical. In that original video, they have used a hydrogen carbonate indicator. So hydrogen carbonate indicator also show orange or red color, and here you get yellow color. If it is true, the carbon dioxide level is high. So that's a very simple setup. We will see in the video how they use this system and how the color change when they breathe in and breathe out. Right? So can you draw this diagram? Tube A, tube B. Okay, Akitya proposed to remember the breath in one, so we use this breathe out. Dr. Bo, and she proposed DC BIC BICE. So she proposed to use this one. If you can, I mean, it's okay. So so external intercostal contract, breath in, external intercostal contract, diaphragm contract. So here external intercostal relax, diaphragm relax. So it's fine. I mean, both word or one word. If you remember, somehow you can write the 6 points. Usually in exam, the structured essay type of question, you will be asked to write, explain the process of breathe in or breathe out. Then you have to write the paragraph, everything to get the marks. So anyway, these 2 words would be okay then, right? Right, then we just tried few things, and after that we check this practical video how it really worked, right? So just write a few points for this diagram. Number 1, when person breathe in, when a person breathe in, the air enter to the tube A, and air enter to the tube A, and they are bubble through the soda lime, tube A, and the air bubbles through the tube A. You can write to the same place as a small paragraph. When the person is breathed out, air enter to the tube B. Air enter to the tube B. Breathe out, air enter to the tube B. If carbon dioxide level is high, if carbon dioxide level is high, then soda lime become cloudy in tube B. Then soda lime become cloudy in tube B. Okay, let's see this practical, how it really work in the lab setting. Right, give me 1 minute just to show this video. Let us start, right? Okay, so let's begin, right? Now, before you go into see this video, there is a very small thing you're going to do. You will see some letters, and you have to find the words. So when you're going to find the words, it could be vertical, horizontal, or diagonal. Anyway, it's fine, but it should be the same place. Right, so write the word that you can see from this diagram, and then we go to the video, right? So let's start. The problem is some letters in the top cannot see. The online student can type the word to the chat and send it to me.
Of heart.
I think leave it up. I cannot see now. I can't see even because of the program. I can't do anything with this program. It's a UTOBOR actually. UTOBOR. The upward first word is UTOBOR. I already see a few words now, at least 3 words I can see. And 7 students already found the words, 8. Okay, I think the words, yes, I cannot show you because I cannot find all the words that you found, but I think I will read the word that you have sent it to me. Snake, can, turbo, renew, I don't know these words, snake, robot, snake, bicab, can, turbo, robot, Bro, that's a nice word, bro. Yes, bro, that's correct. Bro, web, house. Wow, I don't see house. Nobody. How can we get the house? You found house? Where? House. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's one starting here, right? House. House, and that's a snake. Oh, we have so many words. Sob. S-O-B.
Recording in progress.
Yes, again, this is one word can, a snake, a house, robot. So there's a word robot and R-O, okay, R-O-W, up, row. Yes, this one, R-O-W, row. Here, ice, I-C-E, ice. And so we get a lot of words actually. Now deleted most of the word as brown. So where we can from brown? Brown. Yeah, here, B-R-O-W-N, brown. So now the thing is, so we have more words coming up. Brown, yeah, last row, because row is there, last row. The last row, okay. So more words. Rob, no, and rob. Rob. Where is Rob? N is there, N, yes. And we can get N here.
Sir, sob.
Yeah, sob, S-O-B, where is it? S, where we can get it?
It's in the third line.
Yeah, this one, right? Sob, this one. Yeah, this one, sob, yes. Here, S-O-B, this line. This line. Okay, more words. Boss, soap, set, we, so we, yes, we and set, yes, see, yeah, set is there because we take set, okay, S-C-T, yeah, these three words, right? Set. Oh, see now the exercise shows you have to be patient. So don't hurry up. Be patient. When things will come, many things will come. You have to be wise and patient, and then try to understand things. Then it takes time to get many things. So that's a idea of this exercise. I think more words are coming, like some are sending more words. Yeah, web 2, yeah. Oh, yeah, oh, yes. So we get more and more words if you stay longer. Like that means the moral of this exercise is be patient. Things will come slowly as you expected. If you hurry up and you can try to get everything quickly, that will not work. Education is also like this. So you have to be patient in education. So you have to go slowly and wisely and lengthy. Okay, coming back to the practical, now we go. Yeah, how could happen? Yeah, okay. So, okay, comparison of the carbon dioxide content of inhaled air and exhaled air. So, let's see how this we're going to learn. You see tube A and tube B like we learned today. So, these tube are boiling tube or test tube, but he's using a hydrogen carbonate indicator instead of soda lime. You see, it's a color of hydrogen carbonate indicator. That's actually very difficult to see, difficult color, because if you see this hydrogen carbonate indicator, you see as a red color, orange color. So then both words are accepted for hydrogen carbonate indicator. Then the glass tubes are placed like this. Now we see, just like today, we have this inhaled air is coming from tube A and going through the bubbles, bubble through this hydrogen carbonate indicator, and the remaining gas is going to the person that he's going to inhale here, and then exhalation, exhaling the gas, that gas is going to this hydrogen carbonate indicator bubbles and going out. You see the color now. Here you see the color when gas is going to hydrogen carbonate indicator. Indicator change to a yellow color, red to yellow. That indicate the carbon dioxide is there, right? So this is the practical that we have learned today. Last thing to finish, a small thing. A man walks 1 kilometer south, 1 kilometer east, then 1 kilometer north, and ends up at the same place. What color is the bear he sees? Don't rush, you will find it. You can also send your answer through chat. Oh, it's a little bit slow. Few of them found it, seems to be. Let's see the answer. It's my mobile phone. Six, seven. Yes, I think there is no very strong things to find from this one for this answer. There should be some kind of a wild guess that might work. There are no proper logic things, so anything you try to find, any logical point, that would be okay. Let's see answers. Polar bear, white, 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 it means white. Yes, as the man going to the north side, we can find polar bears they are living on ice. Only that the hint, right? If you want to give an answer, it's just north side the polar bears. Not a very strong thing, but just guess. Right, we are coming to the last topic, a small lesson to finish, and we can. Next week I'll make some questions, tute. So I have to stop share. Stop share. Back. We have a tiny topic to finish, but it's an important thing. Now, when we're talking about the human lungs, right? So there is a big problem. The people get damage to their lungs because of the bad habit. The bad habit is actually the person is going to do. They're going to destroy their lungs, and they're going to destroy their life. So that's called smoking. So what is smoking? What they're going to smoke? Yes, it's called, basically we call smoking of cigarettes. Cigarettes. Now, what is cigarettes? Cigarette is just the plant, tobacco plant, tobacco leaves, dried powder of the tobacco leaf. So the tobacco leaf is like this, and this tobacco leaf, they grow tobacco plant, and they dry this tobacco leaf, and they grinded this tobacco leaf to make the powder, and the powder they pack into a kind of a paper cylinder like this, and there is a filter attached to the end. So this is the cigarette, and how it works actually, when the person burn this end, so that end you have to burn. So when you burn this end, and you're going to inhale from this end, so they keep this in the mouth, and they inhale this direction. The air is coming this way. So when air going through this the cigarette, the more oxygen is coming. Oxygen is like a 21% of oxygen, and it keep on burning this end, and it burning the tobacco powder, and all the smoke from the tobacco powder directly going into the lungs. So this is called smoking, right? So this kind of a habit and the smoking cigarette-like things are reducing now, because one good thing is the awareness and education. That means you are learning the bad of cigarettes, and many people are learning bad of the cigarettes. This education and awareness actually help to reduce the smoking in the world. So many peoples, they now stop smoking, or new generation also not smoking, because they know the bad side of the cigarettes, right? So, and promoting cigarettes is also illegal, that no one can promote the cigarettes. So that's so any questions? Why? I get some, I think it's the previous one asking questions. Yes. Someone asked, what is cause for scurvy? Scurvy is cause for vitamin C deficiency, right? The scurvy is due to a vitamin C deficiency, yes. That's a bleeding of the mouth, gums like things. Now, how actually this make harm to the body? Because the chemicals in the cigarettes, they are going into the lungs, and they are going to the body, right? So we're going to check what are these chemicals and how they're going to destroy the lungs. Few chemicals, right? So can you write the topic smoking of cigarette? We just write few things to finish today's lesson, then the gas exchange of human is done, right? Smoking of cigarette. Can you write this topic where we'll tell that question? Smoking of cigarettes, right? Okay, now there's a question. Why people use only tobacco plants to make cigarettes, to smoke cigarette? Why people use only tea leaf to drink tea? So my question is, why only people use the leaf from the tea tree, that's tea tree, to make tea? So there are many plants, but only they use this tree to make tea. So there are many plants, but this is the famous tree that we use as a tea. I think the answer for this question is, the tobacco, the plants are very special of their chemicals. So when thousands of years people found this tea, the tree is good for the tea taste and everything. So then people used to drink tea, and only that plant is favorable. Otherwise, if you want to try, just dry the mango leaf and use as a tea. So any plant you can try, and then you can come up, okay, other plants are not that good, they are bitter taste, the smell is very bad, so this is only the good one, like that. You come up like that. The tobacco plant is only one most of the time. Now globally they use for smoking, right? Can you write few things? One is, first one, the cigarettes contain dried powder of tobacco plant. Dried powder of the tobacco plant. The next point, the second point, tobacco plant contain thousands of chemicals. Now I will tell you why they use tobacco to make cigarettes. So the first chemical is nicotine.
Sir, why do they become addicted for cigarettes?
Yeah, so I will explain with this chemical. Like, for example, addiction, right? Addiction is something people trying to do more and more frequently, like every day they're going to do it. For example, you guys, if you have a sweets available at your home, so you try to eat the sweets because you like sweets. So your addiction is how many times you open your fridge at home. So you are addicted to open your fridge because you are trying to find some sweets or food in the fridge. So this is something like addiction. So this addiction, if you turn into good things for learning, you are addicted to learn. Oh, that's super. So that means it's like a very difficult thing to explain this addiction like things. So some people hate, I don't want to study like this, that's completely out, but some people, I like to study, so I like to listen songs, I like to read the books, and I like to play games, addicted to games playing. Like these things, we can have many times in our life, we like certain things we don't like. But somehow in your learning journey, you are trained to learn good things, not the other things. Like, you know, some people play games like in the night and middle of the night, like too much, so you have no control like things. It's again addiction. So this happen basically anything, event, any activity, any chemicals which can make your brain happy. So it goes to the brain, and brain has certain centers, sad center, happiness center, like this. So they make these centers always activate. If something activates the happiness center, then the person trying to get it. So nicotine can doing few things. This causes the addiction. That means nicotine going to the brain through the blood, and this chemical try to make brain centers like a happy. So then the person feel happy when they smoke. So that's the main thing why the cigarettes are bad, because the addiction come, they trying to smoke more and more, but the harmful thing coming behind, they don't know, right? So nicotine can cause addiction, and also it can cause increased heart rate and blood pressure. So these two are bad. So that's bad for the whole system, our circulatory system. People get heart diseases. So that's one thing that addiction they get, behind they get all these bad things. So nicotine is the first chemical that cause harm to our body. So when people start to smoke, then they develop a heart attack like things, right? So we just list a few important chemicals in the cigarettes and leave it out. So first one, you write nicotine. Nicotine cause addiction, increase heart rate, increase blood pressure. Right, the second chemical is a gas. So this gas is called carbon monoxide. You just write CO, not CO2, CO. C and O, carbon monoxide. So carbon dioxide is dioxide, 2 oxygen. Carbon monoxide is 1, mono is 1 oxygen. Carbon monoxide. I think you know what is a harm of the carbon monoxide. Yes, carbon monoxide harm is, carbon function of hemoglobin. So what is the function of hemoglobin? Hemoglobin carry oxygen. So oxygen bind in the lungs, and then hemoglobin going with the red blood cell, all these things to other place, then they release oxygen for respiration. So carbon monoxide bind to hemoglobin and reduce oxygen carrying capacity. It reduces oxygen delivery. So people who smoke, they can produce less energy because less oxygen is available, and they cannot do sports. So they can't do sports because they easily get tired because they cannot carry oxygen. Right? Can you write the second one, carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide. The second chemical is carbon monoxide. So under that you can write carbon monoxide bind to hemoglobin. So it binds to hemoglobin and reduce oxygen carrying capacity. It binds to oxygen and reduce. It binds to hemoglobin and reduce oxygen carrying capacity. There's another group of chemicals called tar. Tar is a collection of the chemicals, and tar causes lung cancer. Lung cancer, and another one called bronchitis. Bronchitis is a kind of a continuous changes of the trachea. That means cilia decrease, mucus increase. In bronchitis, you can write in bronchitis, what is this disease? In bronchitis, cilia decrease, mucus increase. Last
Sir,
one.
tar is used to make roads, right?
What's the question?
Tar
Yes.
is used to make roads, right?
Tar is the tar one. Yeah, the we also call, but it's actually not. We call it tar, but it's called. There's another name. Bitumen. It's called bitumen. Bitumen. That's a black color one used to cover the roads. The thick layer, which used to we also call tar for that one, as a kind of a black color thing, because tar is a black color things collection. So right word is a bitumen like things, which you're going to cover the roads. Things like other chemicals cause a disease called emphysema. So emphysema is reduced surface area of alveoli. So some other chemicals in cigarette cause disease called emphysema, and that reduced the surface area of alveoli. So it's not a one thing. The smoking cigarette can cause many harm to the body. Right, I think I will show you a small video about this smoking of cigarettes, how it going to damage our body, and the video has a sound and you can see it, how it just going to harm our body, right? So give me 1 second to activate this, and oh, huh? What has happened? Okay. Yeah, you want to remember these chemicals. It has arsenic, a lot of chemicals, a group of chemicals. It says like a 2,000, 3,000 range of chemicals present in the cigarettes. And share the screen. Okay, share the screen and more. Share computer sound. Right, so let's see it. The last thing for the day. Okay, let's watch this small clip about the smoking.
The moment you inhale a cigarette, a complex chain reaction begins inside your body. Smoke travels through your mouth and down into your lungs, where thousands of toxic chemicals spread across delicate alveoli. These tiny air sacs, responsible for oxygen exchange, begin to inflame, and sticky tar starts to accumulate along their fragile walls. As oxygen levels drop, the bloodstream absorbs not only carbon monoxide, but also harmful toxins that circulate throughout the body. Within seconds, these chemicals reach your heart, forcing it to work harder as arteries constrict and blood pressure rises. Oxidative stress increases, damaging cells and straining cardiovascular function. The brain is affected next. Neurons receive less oxygen, slowing communication between cells, subtly impacting concentration, mood, and long-term cognitive health. Meanwhile, muscles begin to experience reduced energy production as cellular respiration becomes less efficient. Fatigue builds and internal inflammation quietly spreads. Though the damage may not be immediately visible, each cigarette reinforces this internal stress. Over time, repeated exposure weakens vital organs, disrupts natural balance, and accelerates deterioration. Every puff delivers more than smoke. It delivers toxins that ripple through your lungs, heart, brain, blood vessels, and muscles in a continuous cycle of harm.
Yes, that's it. So that's the end of the lesson today, and we finish gas exchange. So we make questions next week. We do some questions, and see you again next week.
Wait, go.